Adventures.
Greetings all, Chuke here from Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Well, I have an interesting video for you today. I have been a firearm enthusiast pretty hardcore since about 2011, and that's when I started carrying pistols regularly. And it's pretty interesting. Before, I would just like carry once in a while when I went to the store or went to an event. And a few years later, L.W. Road moved to town, and he was like, oh man, you got to start carrying every day. You don't know when you're going to need one. And I kind of woke up after that, and then I started constantly carrying. But it's kind of funny how the evolution happened. I did have a lot more changes early on because I used to be very addicted to trading my firearms and constantly getting something new kind of for the channel, and because I was so addicted. I had some friends that were even 10 times worse than me. The reason was because Facebook had these trading groups that they used to allow, and they shut that down in, I don't know, 2013 or 14. But at one point in Anchorage, we had a group that was 20,000 strong, and there wasn't like felons all over it like you see on the groups now trying to get stuff. It was just regular gun owners constantly offering deals and trades. And I was so addicted to it because I would wake up at 6 in the morning and just kind of go on my phone, be like, oh man, maybe I'll trade my Glock 26 today. And I'd post it, and I'd go to work, and I'd figure out a deal. And by the time I got out of work, I was swapping it and trading. I could do that every day. I mean, there's just 20,000 people like me just, I want to trade this. It was insane. So you'll see a lot more changes early on. But then even later on, I constantly changed my mind. And that's like the running joke, what's Chuke going to do this time? Constantly changing his carry option. But like I said, it's a lot of fun, and I have enjoyed these different rotations. So we're going to go back to around 2011 when I first started carrying a 1911 in a horrible canvas Uncle Mike's holster, and see where it has evolved to until now with my current carry pistol lineup, which is a couple or 3 or 4 that I kind of rotate in. But let's see what I had. I started out with Remington R1 1911. I got Punisher grips for it. Next, an ODI Viking Combat 1911, all stainless, double action, single action, also Punisher grips. Both guns were in Uncle Mike's crappy holster. My first polymer gun, SIG P250 in 40 Smith & Wesson. Next, a Taurus 704 Slim in 9mm. Then I got a Smith & Wesson 66-7 357 Magnum. After this, I started using lame Kydex holders with the big foamy clip, and I used these for years and years. I got a Glock 19 Gen 3, a Glock 27 in 40 Smith & Wesson. Later, I got a 357 SIG Lake City barrel for it. It was not reliable. I had to get rid of it. Next, I had a P2000 SK in 40 Smith & Wesson. Later, I found a 357 SIG barrel for it. I upgraded my Glock 19 to a Boogeyman Customs slide Gucci Glock. I later got a Glock 19 Gen 4 Davidson special Cerakote job. Sold it to Chuck. He thinks it's ugly. Next, I had a police trade-in USP 40. Later got the jet funnel system so I could hold 16 round magazines in it. Next, I got a SIG P229 Legion RX in 9mm. Pretty sweet pistol. Wish I still had it. Next, I got a Springfield XDM 40 Smith & Wesson. This is literally the worst pistol in this entire lineup. High bore access, awful ergos, just a lame pistol. Had it for about a month. Glad I got rid of it. Next, I had a SIG P220 and 45 ACP. Got Punisher grips for it. Super cool Chuke gun. Miss it. I got the SIG P365 XL when it first came out, and I didn't like it then. It was weird. Years later, I started liking that. For a short time, I had a 19X with custom Punisher stipple. Now we're moving into the times where I started using nicer hybrid holsters, such as the Alien Gear, Crossbreed, and Versa Carry. I had a Glock 26 for a time. I had a Smith & Wesson 642. I upgraded that to my Ruger SP 101. I also got Smith & Wesson 686 7-shot revolver. Carry it in a just-in-case holster. This is my barbecue gun or fancy events gun. Really like it. Still have it. I upgraded my Glock 26 for the Glock 43 and carried it for several years. When the Glock 43X came out, I got that. I upgraded that to the 43X MOS. Carried the 43X for years, and then I upgraded to a Hellcat in black. Once the FDE came out, I got a new Hellcat in flat dark earth. Now we're going into my current carry rotation that has been the past summer, the past 6, 7, 8 months. I still have all these. This is my current rotation. A Glock 33 from Black Phoenix Customs and 357 SIG. Had a Hellcat Pro for a little while, didn't care for it, got rid of it. Glock 48 with Shield Arms mag release and S15 mags. Then I recently upgraded to the MOS slide. A SIG P229 Sport / Equinox in 40 Smith & Wesson. And finally, my latest, a Shield 40 2.0 in 40 Smith & Wesson, soon to be 357 SIG and Maggot Spring when I upgrade it. So that's everything. I did miss out on a couple. I have carried full-size USPs before and some 45, so I'm missing about 4 or 5 guns, probably more than that, but that's what I have. And I have to say, out of all of these, my favorites would be the Glocks and the HKs. That's what I'm sticking with. The 686 Smith & Wesson revolver is also up there, but if I had to just pick a couple, it would be any of the Glocks, Glock 26, 43X, 48, and any of the HKs, especially the combat tactical that I forgot to mention. That's it, guys. Stay tuned for more videos.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, look, get shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10mm. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you all die every time.